All right, let's go. Welcome to 303 Day. And I'll begin by, so I have, as you've probably known, during my other 505, 606 days, stuff like that, I have a lot of those tabletop musical gadgets. And to accommodate them, I have a lot of stuff, as you've all seen, and to accommodate this, I try to get everything out of the way as good as possible. So this will be a future video. So this is a big reveal or whatever. I've done a jam table for all my stuff that is tabletop based. That's in the roof. So as soon as I want to play one of these things, I do like this. And then I connect power, which I've already done ahead of time. So let's see, you can, yeah, it's in picture. So I'm gonna move you a bit forward. So I have the very nice I had the very nice opportunity to get a TB303, the original one. Let's disconnect this for a while here. So this is the TB303 by Roland, which is usually I'm obsessed by this, or I was obsessed, still obsessed, I guess. And I usually say that this is for techno music what Elvis Presley was for rock or pop. So if it wasn't for this, acid music, techno, house, all this wouldn't exist. So it's a really nice little device. Fun fact is that if you don't do this, most TB303s don't have any of this plastic or the screen printed text left, because you only stand fiddling the knobs and that's what you do with it. And so you can see this one's been with me for a long time, and it's like that. If you want to play this with something else in sync, then you need to use Dean or Sync 24, Dean Sync 24. So it looks like a MIDI jack, but it's not, and you're not supposed to connect MIDI there. That is not good. There's on the TR606, there's also the same kind of jack. And you can sync these two together, or you can, this is only sync in, and this is sync in and out. So you can sync it to other stuff as well. You can change waveforms on a knob up here. And one of the things that people don't think about, and I haven't seen people use it for that as much, is that it actually has CV and gate out. So this is a sequencer, and I'll connect this to my modular in a bit. And I haven't tried this, but it's going to work. But so it's a sequencer, and you can sequence other stuff. But usually people want the sound of this module, and therefore they don't want to control this with something else. But for example, this has been cloned so many times and in so many iterations. And let me connect this again here. So this has been cloned so many times, and one of the first clones was this one, the deep control synthesis deep bass 9, and this one's got MIDI in and also CV in and CV out. So this one can take MIDI and take it to CV, but it can also get CV in. And I used this before I got my 303. I used this one a lot, but it's not a 303, because when you sit in the computer and make a melody and then you play it on this one, it doesn't sound like a 303. And I was disappointed by that. But many said that it was a good sound for the 303. But when I got the 303 and connected the CV and gate out from that one into this one, then I understood what they meant, because then it was a really good sound. So the sequencer is the big thing in the 303, really. So, but this one, it came in the same era as the MB33, the first version. There's been many versions of that one as well. So that's my first clone, and then my latest clone is the TB3. I don't have the TB03, which is more as it looks more like this and it sounds more like this. The TB3 has a lot of other stuff in it as well, and it's in the Area series, as you can see, with the green edges and stuff like that. So my 606 don't feel very well, so we're not gonna play with that one today together with this. Otherwise, that is a very if you know an artist called Plastic Man, I think he made a whole album with just these two, sheet 1. I'm guessing he had some other stuff, but mostly these two. And when playing these two together, you quickly get into the Plastic Man kind of feel. So instead, let's see, you see everything, yes. So I have the TR707, which I'm only using as a clock source. That is it's the master clock, which goes into the 505, which is the sequencer for the drum station up here, which you can't see. Let's show that one too. Yeah, up there. So the drum station is run from that. That one's not connected. The mixer and also the TR707 is very good because it actually has sync 24 out. So MIDI to that one and then sync 24 to the 303. The drum station does have sync 24 as well, but for some reason, I didn't get that to work. I don't know why, and I couldn't find any information on that online. So just, yeah, that'll do. And also I have my iPad running, let's see, it's running Animoog just to have some pads. It's nice when jamming. So I'm gonna put these on and let's just see the sounds. And yeah, I can hear myself there. Let's just play with just the 303 first. And this is what you do. You get a nice pattern, and then you control the frequency and the resonance. And that's how you get the special sound. That is the 303. And then people make songs just by doing this for 10 minutes. It's always nice with some effects. Yeah, and you hear that's the typical 303 sound. There's two waveforms, so this is the other waveform, which is also typical once you hear it. So this is the square wave. I believe so this is a sawtooth. It is more bassy when everything is low. And one thing more that is very common to do with the 303 is to add a distortion to it. And I don't know where I put my distortion pedal. It is gone. So I have that in the computer instead. So I'm just gonna turn that on so I can explain. We start with overdrive, which is also usual. Let's see, so it's not too loud. And if you listen to techno in the 90s, then this was used a lot you get that drizzle or liquid kind of sound. And then we have distortion, of course, which is and that basically is all the sounds that this one is known for. The TB3 has the TB3 has all these sounds already made inside it, so and we can. So here you have an already distorted sound, for example. Yeah, so, but this one is probably just sample based or something like that. So not, it doesn't have the same feel. It's still very fun to play with, but not the same feel as this one. Programming is one of those things that a lot of people have said it is a nuisance on this one, and I can only agree. And that's one of the reasons I got this one, because this one is easier to program. You can connect it to the computer and make your patterns in there. This one, technically, you don't program this as such. Or I don't. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of artists that do sit and meticulously program this one. I usually just use press a lot of buttons and then does it sound good? No, then do it again. So how you do to program it, let's find a boring pattern. So we go into write mode, and then you press a lot of buttons, something like that. No. There. So you program it in 3 steps. First, you just take pitch, and then you write all the pitches. So if we want to do an A minor, we take, I need to see that, A, C, and E. A, some of that, and E. And then you do this for quite a long time. Yeah, we've done 16 steps. And now if you press run, you will hear nothing because there's no time. So we've been in pitch, then you go into time, and now we say we have one note, and then we can continue that note, or we can pause that note. And yeah, that's the thing we can do. We can either have a note, continue a note, or pause, don't have a note. So 1, 2, 3, and then we have a longer 1, 2, 3, 1. And now we can listen and see if this is a good pattern. That's how I do. It's not bad. Right, so we've done pitch, we've done time, and now we do, how do we do the next mode? I think it is pitch. So we're back in pitch, and now we're gonna, so here's either we can press an octave down, octave up, add an accent, or add a slide. And this is the thing, the magic that is the 303 pattern. This, you can do this on any sequencer. But this next step, that's where the magic happens. So first step, it's a A, and we do that up, so it's very, and with an accent. So we'll do that. And next, and this is also where it starts getting tricky, because this button, it's very sensitive, and you skip steps, and then you need to do this again and again. And that one doesn't want to, so. Let's see how that sounds. And now we have a 303 pattern. So this is, so that's last step is where the magic happens, so to say. Right. And then, of course, we add some drums to this. Let's remove the TB3 for a while. And we do. And so this is a techno hit here, no chord progression or anything. How it was supposed to be in the 80s, you were supposed to be able to change chords, of course. So let's go back to play there, and so now we can, while playing, we can go back into pitch, and now we can transpose the whole melody, as you can in most sequencers nowadays, but this was back then. Yeah, so that would be all the features of the TB303, I guess. Let's see, do I have long enough cables, or do I need to? I need to find some cables. Okay, I can't find that. I'm also working on these, so these are empty, more or less, so that's why I can't find anything right now. Okay, let's move this one then over to the modular to see if we can use this as a sequencer for the modular and what it can do there. And we might get back here again after that if we want to. Some tea. I have one big patch here that I was playing with the other day. So I haven't tried this. This is the first time I'm trying this myself to connect the. Let me move the microphone to connect the 303 to my modular. So the worst thing that could happen is that I would fry my 303. Let's hope that does not happen. And really, it shouldn't happen. I've played with a beat step so many times, so I'm not worried. All right, getting my suspenders on, as someone said. Sorry about that sound. Right, so we are up and running. Let me connect this one instead. Still hear me? Yes. Let's see if we have sound here. Take the triangle wave and yes. So, hello, Stephen. How nice of you to come. And hi, Paul, as well. I didn't say hi before. Sorry. Right, so CV out, and we take that into the AACVCO and gate. We get into the ADAR for now. Let's just see what happens. All right, that's so it works. That's nice to know. Let's go through a VCA. There, and the attack. We want to use that on a filter as well, of course. So we do that. Take that one into that one. And that did not work. I don't know. Some of my BCAs don't work. Here's so hopefully I have the video done to Wednesday. This is the final module we're going to make. So it's the Dirt by Syntrotech. It's a filter, I don't know, out of this world. It's really strange. And someone said quacking filter for bandpass. This filter is quacking. As you'll hear. I'm thinking that maybe we can take the CV out from this one directly into, oh wait. Of course. Let's do. All right. I'm gonna try to take the gate signal directly out of this one there and see what happens if I do that. And let's try pitch shift. Yeah, so it works with as a sequencer for a modular as well. That is really good to know. That means I actually have two sequencers that I can use to play melodies here. Although right now I only have one exponential VCO. So let's move back. Sorry about that. So let's move back to the jam table, I think. And let's jam with some of the other stuff here. And let's see if we can make something that sounds somewhat like a song. No sound. Because I turned that one down. Yeah. So anyway, that was just playing around a bit. 303. It's a really cool little gadget, and I think the boutique the boutique version, if you're interested, that is a good alternative. The socks box is also really cool. There are so many. The TT303, I think, is really good. And I've been looking at buying one of these for a long time. That looks exactly the same. Actually, not anymore. They changed the design, but it did look exactly the same. And it had a very much better interface to work with and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, as a grown-up tool for musicians, this one is really cool. The original one is a bit expensive still, or just gets more and more expensive. So I'm happy I got it when I did. And it's part of my treasured little collection. So yeah, I hope this was a bit informative and a bit enjoyable. And I hopefully will see you on Wednesday for the final episode of Modular in a Week. And then I have to find some new catchy name to have when I'm doing modular stuff. Anyway, take care. Bye. The same, Paul. Now we are ready to face the onslaught of our working day.